Good morning. My name is Juliana May. I'm an author. Today is April 2nd, meaning it's not the 1st, meaning I forgot to record my poetry video yesterday. So I'm recording it today, live recording. Here we go. I actually think I was having a dream the other night that I was doing live recording and that I was like, I kept stopping and like just having these long pauses, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm on a live video right now, so I can't be doing this. But yeah, I apologize for yesterday if you were waiting and wondering like, why is there not a video out? It's because I forgot to record a video yesterday. But here I am today. I feel like I have started a decent amount of really strong poems. Like, I feel like in the month of March, I feel like I did get some pretty strong poems out. Like, it wasn't just writing any little old line. Like, I feel like there were some solid poems. The problem is though that they are not finished. Like, they're really strong, so I know there's more to them, and I'm like, okay, I like kind of a beginning and an end. I feel like I do that a lot, where it's like a really strong beginning and a really strong end, but I'm like, I don't know what to put in the middle. And I feel like a lot of writers have that problem, where you're kind of not sure what goes in the middle, but you know how you want to start, you know how you want it to finish. And I feel like that's like a universal writer problem, but that's my opinion. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm sure people struggle with a beginning or an ending too, but I don't know. I feel like that's the case for me, that I kind of have a middle that I need to fill in. But yeah, so this poem, as you can see from the title, is called Brother today. I don't know if you have heard of it, whether or not you go to church or not, or whether you know God at all or not. There's a story in the Bible about, it's called The Prodigal Son, and it's basically just, I don't really know, a young man, will say. I don't know like what his exact age was, but it was a young man, and he went to his father and was like, Dad, I want my inheritance money. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to work here anymore. I just want to go. I don't care what happens to you. I don't care what happens to your household. I just want my money, and I just want to get out of here. And so he takes his money, spends it, and then he's like desperate, so he's sleeping with pigs. He's like, really nasty and gross, and he's like, this is awful. Like, my dad's servants are treated better than this. Like, if I go back there and work for my father, even the workers there get treated better. They have better food. They can actually eat stuff, and they don't have to be like this and like sleeping in a pig pen. And so he goes back to his father with the intention that he's going to, just work for him. He's going to be really humble. He's going to be really low on the food chain. He's like, just give me anything. Please give me a job. I don't really deserve it, because I went and spent all your money and, just said, screw you, basically. And he comes back, and his dad he runs out to him. And I really like this story. He runs out to him and is like, he's so excited because his son is home, and he like sees him coming down the road. And normally in that time, like, men like that, they wouldn't be running. They wouldn't be accepting of their children back. Like, if you disown me, then you're done. And the town would have like took the father's side and would have like met him there and been like, you're useless, why are you here? But the father sees him, and he runs to him, and he's just so excited, and he like beats the crowd. They're not supposed to run, and they like wear long robes, and they're not runners back then. But he beats the crowd. He finds his son, and he just loves on him. He just gives him his robes, and he gives him his ring, and he's like, just accepts him. He's so happy to see him. And that's basically what God is, what God's love is. And that story just is, I've been hearing about it a lot lately, and I think about it a lot, and I love that part of the story, and it really gets, really touching to me. And so So I really like that story. But on the other token, there is this guy's brother, and he's like, hey, I've been here this whole time. He's like, you know, the rest of what is yours is my inheritance. I'm here working for you, and I'm still working to get my inheritance. I'm just waiting, you know, waiting for you to die, but, you know, like kind of being loyal while you're here. I still love you. You're my father. I'm here working and slaving for you. And, you know, it's very negative in the story because he's like, you know, your brother was lost and he came back, and you know, it shows how much the father loves his son. But I often feel like that brother, and I'm like, yeah, like he was staying there, and like my pastor recently talked about this story and said about how, you know, everything that was left was supposed to be for the brother that stayed. And so by the other brother returning, that's taking from what this brother that stayed was supposed to inherit. You know, so like everything that's left is supposed to be the one brother's, but the other brother comes back, and now he's taking from this brother. Like he's taking more. He already took his half of the inheritance, and now he's coming back and he's taking more, and he's taking, his father's giving him the best of everything. And it's like, you know, that's would upset anybody, I think. And it's, you know, like it's humbling to be on one side, and then I see what it is to be on the other side too, like this brother that's kind of jealous and like, you know, what about me, like, and that's something that I have struggled with a lot, and I think about a lot. And this is a long-winded way of saying that's basically what my poem is about, even though it's not even finished. But I will read it for you. I just wanted to give you some backstory, especially because this poem is not necessarily finished. So, and I don't know, maybe you could relate at all. Maybe you know the story, maybe you don't. Maybe you're touched by the story too, just like I am when I hear it. And I've grown up in church and I've heard it many times, but it just feels like it's more and more touching to me every time I hear it. So, so I'm titling this poem Brother, because like I said, I really identify with brother a lot. So here it goes. So I am not prodigal son, not lost and found, not leaver, but brother. I am not glamorous, not forgiven, embraced. I am here, I am pigs in sweat every day, and yet I'm sorry to be selfish. Sharing is a virtue, not my strong suit, but I will excuse this. Sorry, I wrote it in cursive. I messed up, okay? Alright, let me start it over. Let me start just that whole thing over, alright? I'm sorry to be selfish. Sharing is a virtue, not my strong suit, but I will exercise this muscle until I've gained it. So, I hope you got the gist of it, even though I messed it up. Basically, just, I think a lot of the time, I look at that story and think, like, that brother's really getting the short end of the stick. He's not getting a party, and he's getting, you know, his cow taken away from him, and stuff like that, and it kind of makes me feel like I've been in those shoes. So I'm just trying more and more to see, like, what I'm supposed to be learning from where the brother is, and how I'm what I'm supposed to be learning from feeling like the brother, you know, because a lot of people look at the story and they're like, oh, the brothers, you know, whatever, like, don't even talk about the brother that much. And the main point of the story is about the prodigal son, and about how the prodigal son is forgiven and he's loved, and that's a beautiful part of the story. That's pretty much the whole story. But like I said, I see the point of view of the brother, and I'm just trying to learn how I can grow from that. So that's this month's poem. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been kind of a long-winded rant, but like I said, that story really touches me, and I really enjoy it. So I keep hearing about it lately, so I just kind of wanted to talk about it today. So I'm very glad if you stuck it out with me through this whole thing, and I really appreciate you watching. Again, I'm sorry that I skipped it yesterday. I just blanked. Yesterday was also the anniversary of when I went to India. Excuse me. I went when I was 18, so it was 5 years ago. I'm 23 now. and that was an amazing time. So I feel like this is kind of a good tribute to that, because India was amazing, and you know, tying a Bible story with my poetry. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you soon, and love you so much. Bye.